shot because I was already like aggressive trying to get on him. So he put me in a shot.
Was you hurt though? Was you like?
Hell no. I jumped on him. Like you know what I mean? I jumped on him. He was grabbing me from there. We ain't want no smoke from there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people online, they, you know.
Matter of fact, take that back. I wound up catching his ass. That's when they start grabbing me.
Okay. Wait, is that what you showed them on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got clips, but I don't want to make the fight.
Yeah, get you for sure. Listen, I mean, this one is definitely an interesting one because a lot of people, you know, when you're great, you get criticism. Some people say, yo, this is the first time he fighting a black fighter in this style. What do you think like as far as, do you do anything different or is the same shit, same walk in the park?
I mean, it depends on what's coming, you know what I mean? So.
The unthinkable has happened in the boxing world. Floyd Money Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis have just agreed to fight each other. And they did it in the most explosive way imaginable, live at a press conference. Yes, you heard that right. The undefeated 50-0 legend and his former protégé shocked everyone by facing off on stage and announcing a fight no one saw coming. The scene was pure chaos, cameras flashing, fans screaming as these two superstars went nose to nose. In a sport built on drama and surprise, this might be the most jaw-dropping boxing announcement in years. But how did we get here? How did a retired Hall of Famer and a reigning young knockout artist end up challenging each other in front of the world? Stay with us to know the answers exactly. Let's rewind. Mayweather isn't just a boxing icon with an unmatched record. He was also the mentor to a young Gervonta Davis. Floyd discovered Tank, took him under his wing, and they took over the sport. Mayweather Promotions helped build Gervonta's career, grooming him as Floyd's heir apparent. Some even called Davis Mini Mayweather as he racked up wins under Floyd's guidance. But in 2022, everything changed. Gervonta Davis broke away from Mayweather's camp to seek independence. The relationship quickly soured. Davis felt stifled under Floyd's shadow, and soon they began trading barbs in interviews and on Twitter. It wasn't just a sports rivalry, it became personal. Mayweather felt disrespected by the protégé he had groomed, and Davis felt let down by his former mentor. For years, many thought this grudge would stay outside the ring. Floyd was happily retired, aside from a few exhibitions, and Tank was dominating the lightweight division. A fight between them seemed like a wild fantasy, until now. Here's the twist. Despite all the trash talk, Gervonta has always acknowledged how great Floyd is. He recently admitted that his toughest challenge would be Floyd Mayweather. That shows respect for Mayweather's skills. Perhaps that's exactly why he wants this fight, to step out of Floyd's shadow once and for all. And Floyd, maybe the ever-proud Mayweather couldn't resist the chance to remind the world who the top dog really is.
What came out still on top?
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Just it was a situation that he put me in to, you know, make me lose. But he thought I was gonna lose, but
You talking about like a boxing match or?
yeah, boxing match.
Who was your man? If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know. So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on the shelf. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game.
The press conference will go down in boxing history. It was supposed to be a routine media event, but it erupted into chaos when these two started going at each other. The tension between them was palpable. Floyd, as confident as ever, bragged to the crowd, claiming he's the best ever, insisting that no one alive could match his skills. Gervonta couldn't let that slide. He fired back. "Is that why you've been ducking me, Floyd?" The crowd gasped, and from there, everything changed. Floyd shot Tank an icy glare, reminding him who made him. He basically called Davis ungrateful, implying, "Kid, I made you a star." Tank stood his ground, saying Floyd never wanted to see him become bigger than Floyd. Verbal jabs flew back and forth, neither man backing down. Then Gervonta did the unthinkable. He stood up from the dais and challenged Floyd on the spot. "Let's fight you and me next," he yelled, pointing directly at Mayweather. The room fell silent for a split second before chaos erupted. Floyd, clearly irritated, slowly rose to his feet. They were now face to face, just inches apart. Floyd snarled, "You could never beat me, not even on my worst day." Gervonta shot back, "Keep thinking that. I'll end that 50-0 of yours in front of the whole world." The crowd went wild. It was like a scene from a movie. For a moment, it seemed like Floyd might de-escalate, coolly saying something about Tank not being worth his time unless the money's right. Typical Floyd, always thinking about the business. But Tank wasn't backing down. "Forget the money, Floyd. This is about legacy. What, you scared?" That was the final straw. Mayweather's demeanor shifted instantly. He narrowed his eyes and shouted, "You want to fight? You got it." He thrust out his hand to seal the deal. But Tank slapped Floyd's hand away hard. "I ain't here to make deals," Gervonta growled. "I'm here to make a statement." The crowd went into a frenzy again. All hell broke loose. Both men lunged at each other, and chaos erupted as their teams and security scrambled to intervene. The stage turned into pure mayhem. Cameras caught Floyd and Gervonta trying to get at each other, their eyes full of rage. Even as they were dragged off, they kept yelling threats at each other. It was absolute madness. When the dust finally settled, the two fighters were escorted off in opposite directions, still shouting. The press conference feed was cut off shortly after, leaving viewers stunned. But one thing was crystal clear. Mayweather and Davis had agreed to fight. What once seemed impossible is now a reality. The gauntlet has been thrown down. News of this insane press conference spread like wildfire. The boxing world was in a frenzy. Fans immediately started reacting. Social media exploded with comments like, "Did that really just happen? Mayweather versus Davis is on." But not everyone was convinced. Some skeptics wondered, is this just a publicity stunt, or is it for real? Former fighters and analysts also weighed in. Some couldn't believe Floyd, at nearly 50 years old, would agree to fight a young, active champion like Davis. Others were impressed by Floyd's confidence and saw this as an opportunity for him to show the world that he's still the best. In sports talk shows that night, analysts were debating the fight. "We've never seen a retired undefeated champion, 50-0, come back to face an undefeated prime champion like Davis." Some drew parallels to Muhammad Ali facing a young Mike Tyson, though that never happened. The question is Floyd biting off more than he can chew? Or is this a totally different scenario because of his unique skills? Many believe the timing isn't coincidental. Gervonta "Tank" Davis has become one of boxing's biggest attractions in recent years. Perhaps Floyd wasn't happy watching his former student steal the spotlight. Some even speculate that Floyd planned to crash Tank's rise all along. It's clear this isn't just about boxing. There's a deep personal grudge between the two, but there's also a massive business element. By agreeing to this fight, both Floyd and Tank are set to make a fortune. Fans are already talking about the potential for another pay-per-view bonanza. Mayweather's fights with Pacquiao and McGregor set records, and a Mayweather-Davis fight could have similar crossover appeal. For context, Mayweather's fight with Pacquiao generated 4.4 million PPV buys and over $400 million in revenue. A fight with Davis could easily become one of the biggest boxing events in years. The reaction in the boxing community has been mixed. Some promoters and fighters are excited about the generational clash, while others are skeptical. Floyd is 46 years old, and Father Time is undefeated. A fight with a 28-year-old powerhouse like Tank could end badly for Floyd. However, others argue that if Tank loses to an aged Mayweather, it could derail his claim to be the next face of boxing. Team Floyd believes this is Mayweather showing the world that he's still the king. Team Tank supporters believe Floyd is out of his mind and about to get knocked out for the first time. One thing's for sure, everyone is talking about it. It's on ESPN, Twitter, and boxing forums everywhere. This is the fight that nobody imagined, and now, it's all anyone can talk about. So what happens next? The press conference was dramatic, but now the business side kicks in. Here are the big questions that need answers. Will this be a professional fight or an exhibition? Mayweather has only done exhibitions since retiring. Going official means risking his perfect record. Many think Floyd will insist on an exhibition, but given the animosity, this could be a real fight. Gervonta is a lightweight, 135 pounds, and Floyd's been a welterweight, 147 pounds. Most likely, they'll meet at a catchweight somewhere in the 140 to 145 pounds range. Vegas seems obvious for the venue. As for timing, both men need a full training camp. The fight could happen as soon as late this year, but it depends on how quickly they want to move. Fight style matchup. Floyd, despite his age, is a defensive genius, while Tank is a power puncher in his prime. Will Floyd's defense be enough to withstand Tank's explosiveness, or will Tank's power overwhelm Floyd's ring IQ? Mayweather versus Davis is no longer a rumor. It's a genuine grudge match that has the entire boxing world on edge. It's the veteran versus the young lion, the legacy versus the future. Now, who are you picking? Team Mayweather to keep his undefeated record, or Team Tank to usher in a new era? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this fight. We'll be covering everything from official announcements to training camp drama. You won't want to miss it.